Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, we've got to fight for first and second already. Chris already got it on YouTube. Jeff got it on Facebook, and then here comes Eric with the second.
Yes, love the support.
Love it. Hello, everyone. Hi, Ann. Hi, Lou.
Hello,
Welcome.
hello. Yes, to Thursday night.
Yeah, it's been a while. Oh, Jason's here too.
Yay! We're hanging out with Jason over this last weekend, and that's kind of what we're going to talk about today is CrimeCon.
Yeah.
It might not go the full hour. I tested positive for COVID today. So, um,
Yeah. Apparently, that's where it all was hanging out at CrimeCon. We had talked about how, Corona there'd been a lull in coronavirus for a
there
while.
was.
And now, literally everyone we were with at CrimeCon has tested positive. I have not yet, but that's because I'm out of tests. When my tests get here tomorrow, I'm going to assume I've got it too, because my
Yes.
husband has it, Melissa has it. We were together nonstop.
Yes. Those are the two people that are around you the most, right
Yes.
there.
Yep. And then Eric, of course,
Yes,
it's just
Eric
like
comes in a close third. Probably Eric and Chris are like,
tied
yes,
for that third position over the weekend.
yes, definitely. I feel like decent. I'm a little bit stuffed up, have some congestion, and I just did the oxygen pulsator thing, whatever that is, and it kept saying my oxygen level was in the 70s, and I started like, what the crap? This has to be wrong. Then I did my kids. Theirs was 98, 99, and I'm like, holy crap. But I think it ended up being my fake nails. So I took one off to test. Apparently, you could do it on your toes as well. So I could have.
Really?
Yes, that's what Hannah said. So, which mine came out in the upper 80s on my toe as well.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah. He said, I go, you don't have any symptoms. And he's like, well, I did cough twice today and I have the sniffles all of a sudden. So he's
Yes.
starting to like hyper
Now
focus on little things that he thinks are his symptoms.
he's now aware of it. So now
Yes.
he's trying to like, how does my body feel? Like, I woke up not feeling great, but I also thought it was, hey, we just were in the desert for 5 days. There's a lot going on. But
Yep.
no, it's the dreaded COVID.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
It
We
is.
will power through. Eric's convinced he's dying.
Yeah. Well, I hope I don't get like you. But yeah, Chris told me, Eric, that you were not doing well. So, Chris, hey, Ladessa.
Hey, Ladessa. Hopefully you don't get it.
Yes, you've been seeing all the people that have COVID, right, Ladessa? Oh, just keep safe. I know you've somewhat recently, have had it way quicker than I. I haven't had it since 2020, like November.
Well, we hadn't had it at all, but let's see.
That could have. And Christopher did not drink any water the whole day when he was out there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, oh my gosh, heat stroke and dehydration would be way worse than COVID.
Hi,
Hey,
Mackenzie.
hello.
I'm glad you feel fine, Ladessa. Let's hope that it missed you.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, Lexi's here too. Hey, Lexi.
Hey,
We hung out with her.
Lexi.
Hopefully it misses her too.
I know.
So let's talk about it. It was the greatest weekend. We had the most fun for as little alcohol as we had.
We did so good. I know our husbands are proud. Well, it's also because all of the alcohol was like $10 for a can of anything.
Minimal $10.
Yes.
So good, Lexi. Glad you're feeling fine so far. It just hit Melissa today, so let's hope that you're not on the later end of it.
Exactly. So first day, Whitney gets into Vegas pretty early.
Thursday, yep. Met up with Ladessa. We got to have lunch. We hung out for a while. It was great. Later that evening, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yep, except Rona, it comes back with you.
And everybody's going to find out because we've all been alerted.
Yes.
Speaking of being alerted, sorry, I know we're talking about Vegas, but do you get those notifications if you're around somebody that has COVID? Because I don't.
Well, that's because I turned that option off.
Well, I need to turn it on because it'd probably be like ding, ding, ding. 53 people that were exposed.
Yeah, it was one of the updates that iPhone did when coronavirus first started, and it was
Oh.
like tracking you everywhere you went. And I guess I turned that option off early on because we weren't going anywhere.
I bet Jeff like wouldn't want us to have that, or Chris.
Probably not.
Don't track us. Don't.
So I turned it off a long time ago, but everyone was talking about how you've come into contact. You've come into contact. So Eric said his went off like 4 times. Well, I mean, it happens.
It happens. I'm definitely going to be more safe at the next convention.
Yeah, we'll probably wear masks on the next flight. That was the
Yeah.
first time flying since
I
Corona without a
know.
mask, and we might have been
Yep, never doing it again, guys.
nope.
Because
We
that
knew
was
better. We
we
knew
did.
better. But
Okay, so back to Vegas. Back to Vegas.
Thursday night, Melissa didn't get in till late.
Yeah.
So Jeff and I set up the booth. We were able to kind of chit chat with several people that night. We got to meet Morgan from Crimepedia. We got to meet, who else did we meet that night? Cherry was from Crimepedia, was there also. We talked to a couple of people while setting up, but it was just a chill night. We got to go to dinner with Lexi and Ashley from Uncovered. I was like, why am I forgetting her name?
Yes.
Lexi and Ashley from Uncovered.
The dinner was amazing. Where was it, Whitney? Because I already forgot. That was at Alexa's.
Yep. They had the best cloud bread, balloon bread. What'd they call it? Balloon bread?
I can't remember.
It was a big puffy piece of bread. And it was delicious.
Fluffy, fluffy.
And they had the best crispy Brussels sprouts I think I've had ever in my life.
Balloon bread. Okay.
Balloon bread. Yes. It was great. I think we ended up eating there like 4 times while we were there.
You guys, yeah. Me and you ate there one other time. It was so good though. So good.
Yeah, but I ate there at lunch with Ladessa.
Oh my gosh. And then did you guys eat there for breakfast that last day?
No, we went back to the bacon place.
Oh, okay. That bacon place was amazing as well. Sorry, we're forgetting CrimeCon and we're going to the food that we ate.
I mean,
it's Vegas.
Yeah, it was amazing food. So Friday rolls around, CrimeCon doesn't start until noon. So what did we do Friday morning? Nothing. That's what we did.
I can't even remember the sequence of events.
We went to breakfast. Eric got there at the butt crack of dawn, came to our room. We decided we needed breakfast. That's where we walked down to that bacon.
Yes.
That's where we found the bacon.
I have never in my life had bacon that was as delicious as this. And, we all love bacon, but this was so amazing.
It had some sort of maple glaze on it that was just like chef's kiss perfect.
What was the name of that place?
Mon Ami Gabi.
Yes.
Even though everyone argued with me that that's not what it was called later on in the evening when we were drunk. Y'all thought I was making up words.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because it sounded like it as we were talking. I was like, oh, what was the name? And you're like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you're crazy. It was not that.
Yeah. So anyway, we have this bacon.
Yes.
Got to die for. Then we went and just kind of got set up. There wasn't really much after that.
Yeah, just got ready for the day. We met a ton of people, listeners, people that have knew us, some that did not, but it was great to just connect and talk about the show and talk about the upcoming podcast that we have. It was a great experience that first day. Very chill.
Yeah. We did happen to get a few cases from some people at CrimeCon, people there that were advocating. We've got a few flyers here that we brought back home that we are going to look into for some people. We're going to help cover them. We also even got some cults from India. We've got some exciting stuff coming from that. So it was just a beyond great experience, especially on Saturday. Saturday was awesome.
Saturday was scary.
Yes. Saturday was scary. So Saturday morning, we were able to do our live show with Eric. He graced us with his presence on stage, and we covered the Moab newlywed murders. That's hard to say.
That is.
And
But it went good. We had, a lot more people than I anticipated watching that event.
mhm,
It was a little nerve-wracking at first, but it went by quick. It was awesome.
it did. And then, I mean, it was such a whirlwind. I can't even explain the entire day because it went by so
It
fast.
went so fast. At first, Friday, I swear it was very slow. Time was going by a lot slower. But Saturday, once we had that event, and then we watched the crawl space with Ladessa and Jason Watts do theirs. Then they call us up on stage. So then we kind of have to do that for a few minutes. If you haven't listened to that, they have it out. Go
Mhm,
take a listen. Chris listened to it today. He said it was awesome.
mhm. And that's on Crawl Space's feed.
Mhm.
So just Crawl Space Podcast. I will drop a link in the chat. They are awesome. Thanks for inviting us up. And I'm
Yes.
just so glad that Ladessa was able to be there and share everything. It was just an overall amazing experience.
I'm just so proud of her. I know it's super nerve-wracking because I get it. It's so scary. And I don't even have anything personal to add to it. I
Mhm,
can't imagine how difficult it was for her, but she did it like a trooper. Sat in the middle of
mhm,
all those guys and just told Branton's story.
mhm. And Jason too, he's always just amazing.
Oh my gosh, that's Tell that story, Whitney.
Okay. Don't feel awkward, Susan. The
No.
awkwardness is my fault. So, when I get the way our flights worked, it was very not scheduled well because I ended up getting to Vegas before anyone else, even before my husband. We were on different flights. So, I had two very large luggage pieces and a big box that we put our stickers on at CrimeCon. It's a big, giant piece of acrylic. So I'm trying to fumble with these two pieces of luggage, this big box. I have my backpack on. I'm sweating.
Whitney's arms are very short, so it's very difficult to even hold the acrylic properly.
Yes. I have short arms. I'm like a T-Rex. I just can't carry many things and do many things at once. I wasn't sure where I was going. There was lots of lights and dinging noises, and my squirrel reflex was really, kicking in. And this girl, Susan, is like coming towards us and is like, "Hi!" So excited. And I'm like, "Hi!" and just walk past because I was
Did you
so
drop your stuff
nervous. I
too?
did. And then like I get past her and then both of my suitcases fall over and I'm like, "Oh god, you look like an idiot. Pick it up, keep moving. Don't look up, don't make eye contact. Like just keep going." So I felt so embarrassed. And I was like, "Great, I'm going to see her later and it's going to be really awkward when I'm like, I just ran away from you, scared from
I was
you."
like, maybe she would think you're someone else.
And then I got to the elevator and I was like, did she mean to talk? Maybe she thought I was someone else. But turns out she knew who I was. So it was great.
Yeah, it's great. It happens. It's probably going to happen more. This is why we do podcasts, so we don't have to be in front of people a lot.
Yes. And also, when we were at breakfast with Eric, we got a message that someone said they recognized our voices. We were sitting behind them. And that was an awkward situation for us.
So awkward. I'm like, do we say something? Do we not say something?
So we responded to her, "Where are you? Come say hi." And they had already left for the day. But it's just weird. We're not used to people recognizing us. We're used to only the people we know
Yeah,
recognize us.
we are loud. We are.
Yeah, it happens.
Especially when things are funny. And you guys are all so funny.
Yeah.
So funny. I'm sure they did, Chris. I'm sure they came by, but I don't necessarily remember.
We met
So
so many people. It
did.
kind of all becomes a blur unless it's some super awesome awkward situation where I'm running away from people, like in Susan's case. Because now I'm never going to forget Susan because I was mortified.
Never. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. It's weird still for us. Eventually, we'll be OGs like Justin from Gen Y, and we'll just brush it off. Oh, my little podcast I have.
Yeah. My little podcast. Oh,
Too funny.
he is
So
funny.
I made one of the schedules within CrimeCon to kind of see if I wanted to go to any oh my God, what are they called?
Sessions.
Sessions, yes. I only ended up actually going to one of them. However, it was amazing. It was what is it called? The Sisters. My Lord, it's called something, guys. I'm trying to look up the name. Anyways, it was with Sarah Turney, Julie,
Right.
and Kelsey, not Ballerina, but Kelsey. Oh my God.
German.
German. I think the
Sister
COVID
Strong.
Sister Strong. I'm like, I think the COVID's messing with my head right now. I cannot remember words.
Yes.
We did go to that. Yes, Sister Strong, Lexi. Yes. And it was awesome. I love all three of them immensely. They're amazing and they are fighters.
Mm-hmm. They just the way they sit up there and they have to advocate for their families. It's just so amazing what they do. And that room was so scary. It was massive. I
It was
cannot
massive.
imagine being on that stage talking about the things they have to talk about.
That wasn't even the biggest room, though.
I
Those were
know.
just the breakout rooms. I never even went into whatever the main one was.
The main ballroom. I didn't go in there either, but I saw pictures and it was
Yes.
huge.
Yeah. I think that's where I wanted to see the John Ramsey, but I didn't get to.
I
But
honestly think that it was so full in there
Yeah.
that we may not even gotten a seat.
Yeah, that's true. Favorite podcast live? I would probably say the Crawl Space one just because that's so close to our heart.
Yeah. That was an excellent one.
Oh my gosh, my Fruit Loops. They were singing and like they had a legit, I don't know, a show because they had singing at the beginning. They had people laughing. They were doing sound effects. They had it going on.
Mm-hmm. But Wendy and Beth are always like on top of things. They're the best. Love them to pieces. Crawl Space is excellent. Those guys are hilarious. It's
hilarious.
What was weird about CrimeCon is that most of these podcasts, we have been friends with them for almost 2 years now since we started. When we jumped into this podcast world and we started meeting other podcasters, it's this whole community online, but we've never met in person. So this CrimeCon where we were finally getting to meet in person, it was like a giant family reunion.
It was so weird, like, because you know them, you know what they're doing, their families, but then you've never met them in person.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely weird, but I loved it.
Yeah. Finally getting to hug, which this is the problem. We probably should have been hugging people.
Problem.
But it happened. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it back. If COVID's all we get from it, the best memories are made.
Same.
Yep. And it was Josh and Charlie came into town, even though they weren't at CrimeCon. We were able to see them. They're amazing human beings. Lainey from the True Crime Fan Club podcast. I always mess up the name of her show. We finally got to meet her.
Yes, she's amazing. So funny.
So amazing. We went to do fun things too.
We did. Went to Thunder Down Under and was less than impressed.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun.
I recommend saving the money for the Magic Mike tickets. Thunder Down Under wasn't as exciting as we thought it was going to be.
Yes. But on Sunday, we did not leave until Monday, so we were able to do stuff just together on Sunday. I was going to say as a family, but
we are a family.
We are a family.
We're a family of 8.
Yes. So we went to Area 15, correct?
Area 15. We did Meow Wolf, which is the Omega Mart giant escape room. We did not follow the instructions.
We did not.
We did not. But
it was so fun. And trying to explain that to other people that have never been there is so weird. Because I'm like, we went to a grocery store, but it's fake. But you could buy the stuff. And they're like, what?
And it's all aliens. There's tattooed chicken and like dancing carrots.
And they're like, what?
And then you walk through the freezer and you're in another world. And there's a giant slide. And I still have
Yes. Whitney did this sort of fall, but it looked real. Like Chris and I really thought you were like just whipping it down there to go
No,
super
no,
fast.
nope.
And
Whitney's
Chris
clumsy.
died laughing. He was just like, did Whitney just go that fast? So it was like you grabbed onto the top of the slide and then pushed yourself
Nope.
down.
Nope. I just played it off well. So this slide is like 2-3 stories high, and
Mhm.
it's like swirly down, but you have to wear shoe protectors when you go on so that your shoes don't get stuck or anything like that. I don't know. Please
I don't know.
explain. I don't know why they make you wear shoe
So people
covers.
don't give COVID. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So you put these shoe protectors on. Well, I stepped into the slide and I held onto the top and I went to sit down and my feet slid out from underneath me and I just like bam and slid down the slide. It was no stopping. And then my elbows hit the side of the bottom and I got
Oh,
burnt or whatever you
yeah.
call it. So I've got battle wounds still
That
from Meow Wolf.
stinks.
And then we were leaving and we found something way more fun than Meow Wolf.
The best thing I've probably ever been to in my life.
Yes. It is a distillery, and I'm, like, so glad that the boys noticed it.
I know. Same. Because there
So
was nothing better than this place. Let Whitney explain, and all of you are going to want to go there.
I don't even know that I could explain it properly. So when you're in Area 15, there's this one little section right before you walk out of the building, and it kind of looks like a theater. There's
Yeah.
like a box office window, and you can walk over to it, and it says distillery. What did it say in it? It didn't even say
It says,
distillery.
I think Jeff said it's Lost Souls. Was that the name of it?
That's what it's called, but the sign doesn't say. Did it say that?
I think it did, but it was in really weird font. So it kind of just looked like a fancy restaurant.
Yes. Mom, you have to do this on your next Vegas trip. We will do it every single time we
Every
go.
time.
So and there's like this big door that you're supposed to walk through. Well, you walk over there and we were afraid we wouldn't get tickets. We were able to get tickets. Lost spirits.
Just
Close enough.
yes. It
Souls,
was like we
spirit,
lost our soul.
Same thing. Same thing. So we walked over there. We didn't know if we would be able to get tickets. Well, luck would have it that the last show was at 8 p.m. and we were right there just in time to buy tickets. So we bought the tickets. You have to sign a waiver. Melissa, Chris, and I just like scroll to the bottom, click the boxes, sign our name, move on. And Jeff is reading this waiver, and it says, "In the event of a rickshaw accident," or
Chris read that there was a boat, and in case we like drowned, he was just like, "What does this have to do with anything?"
Yeah, and we're like, we're in the middle of a desert. What is
Yes,
this?
we're not going on a boat, guys. We're not.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, this is weird, but okay, whatever.
Yeah.
We sign it, and then they give us a map. We like go to walk in the door right there next to it, and he's like, "Don't go in that door." Or what do you say? Do you see this door right here? Don't go in it.
Yes, he's like, "Oh, you see these double doors?" And he exit out. He's like, "You're not going this way." And then he kind of draws a map with a highlighter. It's like, "Okay, you got to go this. You got to turn right. You're going to go down this road. Then you'll see it on the left or whatever."
Yeah. And so we're like, all right.
Oh, shit. And already at this point, Jeff and Chris are like, this is the best thing ever. They don't even know what it is. I mean, besides, we heard it was a distillery, not a clue what we just got ourselves into because we had to walk, I mean, maybe a quarter of a mile. It wasn't far, but
we didn't even know what kind of distillery it was at this point.
Yes. And they said it was an art,
an immersive experience.
Yes.
Which is always interesting.
So we start walking by almost like these shop type buildings, like a straight line warehouse. And we're like, crap. And it's all the way at the very, very end of this whole row of warehouses. Mm-hmm. So we're getting more and more nervous as we go along. Mm-hmm. And what are those things that we're all sitting? Those are rickshaws?
Yeah. So then we start seeing these. Oh, and we paid like $60 each, but it's fine. It was we were in at this point.
Yes, we were committed.
So we start seeing these rickshaws, and we're kind of like, okay, now we know why we must have to ride in those at some point because we just signed a waiver that said in the event of rickshaw crashing, we won't say that out loud, Whitney.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, and the counter guy was super sketchy about what was going to happen.
He was, but I think that was how he was supposed to be act.
Yeah. So anyway, we see all these rickshaws. We're like, oh, we must have to get into it. Maybe that's part of the tour is we ride in these through this distillery. And that's where this waiver comes from.
Mhm.
Well, no, we get up to the door and she hands us playing cards and asks us to wait in this jungle-esque waiting area.
Mhm.
There's
Outside. Yeah.
outside. It's like in the parking lot, but there's bamboo, there's sand, there's benches. It's very strange already. And
Yeah.
so we sit down, we wait for a little bit, and then they come to the door and get us.
Yes.
And we walk in, and then we're in this like dark room in front of a door.
Very dark room. Oh yes, not yet. They are about to give us our very first drink.
Yes. And this is where we learn it's rum. And we're like, okay, great, sweet. Sure.
Well, I would have much rather it been Cabernet.
Yes, definitely. So like, okay, they're telling us that we will go in this room and it's going to be, it's kind of like a choose your own adventure style
Mhm.
venue, but you get your first drink. You will end up with 4 drinks,
I thought
5 drinks,
5 total.
5 total rums to try. And they give you this passport that you're supposed to stamp on your journey.
Mhm.
But you have to find these different locations where the different rum is in this whole area. They also have performers at various stages hidden throughout this place. So again, we're already scared.
But it's awesome because you
But it's
just don't know what to expect.
Mhm.
Oh, and Jeff did push the button to make all of the lights go out, and then like a trap door opened on the side.
Uh-huh.
And so then we had to like walk through there. That was like right
Mhm.
at the beginning.
Yep. And so we walk in and there is this man at a bar with these glasses of rum. You have to keep your glass and
Mhm.
you take your first drink of rum and it was so strong. And they tell you like you need to waft it around, you need to sniff it, you need to do all these things to taste all the things. I
I
don't even
didn't
know.
need to taste it all. Like,
And yes, he did volunteer as tribute for
he
that.
did. Yes.
And so we go in, you get the rum or whatever, and they essentially just let you loose in this place
Yeah.
and you go wherever you want to go. And it's very, I don't know how to explain the theme of it.
It's like a dungeon.
Yeah, but it's very almost medieval, but not medieval,
Yes.
and kind of like a jungle carnival, but like the old-timey freak show style carnival style.
Yes. Yeah, it's super dark, but then they always have like these red couches where you can just sit and drink your drink, hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
The
And
performers were the best. I kept saying, this is Vegas all in one room. Like, that is how I felt.
so we walk in and the first show is right. I mean, we got there at the perfect time, I feel like,
I feel like
for
we
the
did too.
last shows. And it is this amazing woman. She had to been on Cirque du Soleil at some point, but she's doing all kinds of like contortionist style stuff on these very tall I don't even know how to
They're
explain
like
it.
pegs with a little bit of bitty board, and she does all these like flips and
Balancing.
she has amazing upper body strength. It also made us feel like we really need to work out.
Yes. And then she shoots an arrow with her feet and all these
Yes.
things. It was crazy.
Yes.
And then there was a snake charmer lady that had a snake in her lap, a real snake in her lap. And there was a burlesque show. And it was
so good.
Overall amazing. And
So
it's like
amazing.
every 15 minutes or so, there's a different show. You've got to find it in there though. Then there is this other room that is a submarine.
Oh my gosh.
Which was mind blowing. When you find it, you go in and you sit on these chairs and they have a little show with some fish. And then you get out of there and go into the actual submarine bar part of it. And the chandeliers sway. So it's almost like you're really on water.
It's
and
crazy.
There's fish swimming by the portholes. It is the neatest thing I've ever been to in my life.
I agree. It was so different than everything we've ever done. I've never seen anything like it. End of story.
Yeah, next time we go back, if we ever go back to Vegas, we're doing it again.
Oh, definitely. I can't remember the hoop girl. Is that the girl that was the cat? I don't remember.
I don't remember the hoop girl.
because there was 3 on that one stage with the girl that shot the umbrella.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the one that went up high, the
Oh,
aerial.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, she was fit. She was insane.
Yeah, they dropped a hoop down from the ceiling and she did all these spins and it was very much the same kind of like Cirque du Soleil style. And she was
Mhm.
15 feet in the air. It was just do it, 100% do it. If you are in Vegas, I don't know how many people we need like a referral code
We
because I will
do.
send everybody there. It
Yes.
was amazing. Even if you don't like rum, I mean, I could have done without the rum. I would have just gone for the experience alone.
I agree. I think I only drank 1, and then I
Mhm.
had one that was a mixed drink, because it was the very last one. Didn't Jeff was the only one that did the very, very last one, and it was 125 proof. Like, it
Yes.
was ridiculous. Sorry to throw you under the bus there, Jeff. I thought she wasn't 15 feet either. I'm like, "That
Same.
wasn't that high," but
Yeah. Same. Either way, still impressive. And yes, the last one, Jeff said it was basically straight alcohol or straight gasoline. That's what
yes,
it seems
it
like. But it was all very high proof rum. It was awesome. I
was awesome.
highly recommend it. I mean, we even ate dinner at Area 15 and it was some of the
Oh,
best food we had all weekend.
that was good food, which I was shocked because usually touristy places don't have the best food.
Mhm.
But it was delish. I had a
Mhm.
Korean corn dog.
I had some sort of french fries.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I can't remember, but yes.
Yeah, it was
Some
great. It
kind
was
of
good.
bloated french fries, but
So if you are in Vegas, go to Area 15. You really The Beast was the name of that restaurant. Yes. You really can't go wrong with anything in there. There's a ton of stuff to do in there too. And honestly, even if you go in the area with the pretzel was so
the pretzel was so good too.
even if you go with kids, there's kid-friendly things to do in there. They have like laser tag and VR and even Omega Mart for
Yeah,
older kids. My kids probably wouldn't keep their attention because it's kind of a hard escape room, but it's a really cool thing for older kids.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. It was a very, very good weekend.
Mhm.
And then we felt super overwhelmed when we came home because we had a lot to do.
Yes, all the things that we put off for after CrimeCon hit at once
It
today.
did, but
It was
that's
sweet,
how
but
we
it's
did.
fine.
But we were so prepped for CrimeCon, and I'm so proud of us because I think now we're in this routine, and we will be back in Orlando. They haven't said yes, but I'm sure they will.
Yep.
So it'll
We will
just
be
get
there one way or the other,
easier.
even
Yeah,
if we're just in the lobby.
only like 45 minutes an hour from me. So
Yep. We do gotta figure out how to travel with our items a little bit better because we had 8 suitcases between the 4 of us. So, that was a lot to transport.
yes,
So, we'll figure that out.
we will. We will. We'll get it down. We'll probably ship things. Well, next year won't make a difference because I'll be this close. So I'll just get everything and drive it.
Yeah, there we go.
So we've got that.
Mhm. So that we're done with events for a little while. I mean, until a true crime podcast festival. Good thing I got that platinum status. Yeah, we're milking it for all we got, Chris, because me paying for my luggage on this end was not as cheap.
Did you guys end up having to check and pay on the way back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But on the way there, you guys got it for free because the lady was, or did she end up charging you?
Well, no, we still had to pay for checked bags, but we didn't have to pay the extra $100 for the big black one to be overweight.
Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
What was the coolest thing we saw at CrimeCon 2022? Oh, we saw
hmm,
so much cool stuff.
yes. I'm trying to think of like who we met
I
that.
wanna say the neatest company that we met that we've never met before would be the DNA Doe Project people. I think that they've got some amazing things coming, and they had testing kits on site at CrimeCon, and 14 people matched with does on site. So somehow in the familial DNA, they match with some unidentified does, which is freaking awesome.
It's so awesome. And we kept saying we were going to go do it, but their line was always so long, which I'm so happy about that they were able to accomplish that there. Yeah, it's amazing. And I think, I mean, hopefully they'll be able to track down at least something from that. Another thing, we got to hang out with Uncovered Girls and Jim. So that was awesome as well. We always love to chill with them, collaborate. Yep.
We finally got to meet the Crawl Space guys in person.
Yes.
I met Billy. We met Billy Jensen.
I did. He has COVID, by the way, guys.
Yep. Today he admitted he has COVID.
Admitted.
Or revealed. Whatever word you want to use for that. Who else did we meet that we didn't?
I know, Pam. I really wanted to do it.
Well, we're gonna call Kieran, who is the main girl. We met her. We exchanged contact information. I think we're gonna have her on our podcast soon about it, and we're also going to
try to get her to go to Texas True Crime Podcast Festival.
Yep, so that we can do it there.
Yeah, because it was so good.
SISD. I don't know what that means, dear.
Whitney wishes.
I mean, he barely shook my hand, but
yeah, he was a bit, I don't know.
He was busy when I tried to talk to him. That Far East Crimes lady was super cool. Yep. That was pretty awesome.
Made some decent contacts, met a lot of, reconnected with the podcast that we had met last year and met a whole bunch of new ones.
Yeah, we have an article coming out in Podcast Magazine sometime this late summer, early fall. Lots of great conversations were had. We talked with Warner Brothers. We talked with
HLN.
Podcast One, HLN. We made some really good connections.
Yes, Eric, go rest.
Yes, get better because he's going to CrimeCon UK in just a couple of weeks.
Got to get better.
Who else? I mean, that's really
Erica from Southern Fried True Crime. She's
Erica.
Yes, she's amazing.
Got to see Haley again.
Haley. I love Haley.
Me too. I feel like we're missing out on a lot of people.
I know. I'm trying to who else was next to us? Rebecca Sebastian from Dialogue.
Who also has COVID.
She also does. She's fun.
Yeah. We met the Mike from Dark Poutine. Oh, Vincent. We finally got to meet Vincent from
We did. We did. Yes. Yeah. He might be doing a show with us later on this year. And Eric, of course, because he's our
go-to.
Yes. He's our tour buddy.
Yep. Our number one tour person.
Yes. But overall, it was just a great.
Oh, one thing to look out for. We will be on Bob Ruff's True Crime Binge coming up probably end of May, early June. We are finalizing some dates on that. So that'll be fun. Mind of Madness. We met Tyler. Yep, he is our pod BFF. Tyler from Minds of Madness. We're going to do a collab with them. Also, of course, we hung out with Justin and Aaron from Gen Y. They're our faves also.
They're the sweetest dudes in the whole flippin' world.
Number one podcast tour partner. Yeah, that would be Eric.
Yeah, that's about it.
It was just so good. Oh, Sarah. We didn't talk about Sarah. We saw Sarah attorney.
Oh, shoot. Yes.
And we've got to meet Watch Guy finally.
We met, I had never met her before, Julie Murray, Mara Murray's sister. She's amazing and she is fit too. Sorry, I was just admiring everyone that's super fit.
Hopefully, we're hoping to have her on soon. There was we talked to her about coming on to talk about Mara's case. I know that they're hoping to shed some more light, as always, on that.
We talked about possibly going up there.
We did.
Yeah, that case is absolutely insane. And I just don't I don't even know. Yes.
Secure. Job security, 100%.
Yeah, it was so funny when the people thought Chris and Jeff were the host of the podcast and just thought they were lying and saying that they had wives that were it.
Yes, that was great.
It was.
Well, that's really it. We're gonna cut tonight short, guys. We just wanted to give y'all an update on CrimeCon.
Yep. 2 weeks from now, on our next live, we will have
the true crime cat lawyer.
Yep. Yes, that's it.
Yep. Interested to hear her story.
I
want to know why she's a cat lawyer.
And hopefully people understand we don't hate cats.
Yes, also that. We're inviting her on strictly to prove we don't hate cats.
Well, I mean, she could be cool too. So I'm excited for it to hear her story and all about her podcast.
Yeah. So I guess we'll call it a night, guys.
Yes. Until next time.
Yep. See y'all.
Bye.